interior of her shop gave her pause. "Eric? Are you in here?" When he didn't answer, she reached around the edge of the opening and found the switch. Light overhead flooded the interior, and she found things moved around. Her great-grandmother's antique desk and chairs had been transferred to the other side of the building, and some of the boxes sat with their tops open. Eric had at least made a start on the work, but he hadn't gotten as far as she'd hoped. Her sisters had been pushing her to sell the items, so their inheritance could be split. Even though she'd told them the items were unlikely to bring much money, they were impatient. So was Eric. He'd had his eye on a new truck and had thought their share might be enough for a down payment. Some of the sentimental items had been left to Carly alone, but the valuable, sellable antiques were for all of them. Her hand drifted to her belly again. A new truck would have to wait with the news she had to give him. The money would need to be used for a crib and other baby paraphernalia. "Eric, where are you?" The place felt empty, so she went back outside and checked the cement pad behind the garage. Nothing was out of place. They had no close neighbors, so there was no one to ask if they'd spotted him. Could a buddy have picked him up? She pulled out her phone and called him. After a few seconds, she heard the distant sound of Eric's ringtone from inside her shop. He had to be in there. She went back across the grass and stepped into the building. The sound of his phone came from a back corner where the majority of the boxes had been stacked. As she neared the area, she caught a whiff of an unpleasant, coppery scent, and nausea rose in her throat again. She increased her pace and was nearly running by the time she rounded the end of the boxes and looked down at the open floor space. Eric lay on his stomach on the floor. A wound in his back had saturated the green tea he wore with a hideous red stain. "Eric, honey?" She knelt beside him and touched his arm. His skin was already cooling. She rocked back on her heels and didn't realize she was screaming until she felt the pain in her throat. His phone quit ringing and she lowered her gaze. She'd dropped her cell phone in the pool of blood beside Eric's body. She snatched it up and wiped the blood from it on her jeans so she could call for help. But it was too late for her husband. 1. 9 months later, Beaufort, South Carolina. The scent of South Carolina's saltwater and marsh blew in from the water, and the breeze caressed Carly Harris's face. There was nothing like a low-country spring morning, and she wanted to enjoy every minute of it before the day got busy. 2-month-old Noah had nursed and fallen asleep to the drone of boats out on Beaufort Bay, and she shuffled her son to her other arm. Her black cat Pepper gave her a disdainful stare when she jostled him with the movement. She kept the swing moving with one foot, so the baby didn't awaken. Her attention lingered on her son's sweet face, and a fresh wave of grief closed her throat. He looked so much like his daddy. If only Eric could see him, hold him. Instead, he'd died without ever realizing he was going to be a father. The door to her left opened, and her grandmother stepped out onto the wraparound porch. People took Mary Tucker for 50 instead of 70. Her boho attire added to her youthful air. Today's outfit was enough to make Carly want to reach for sunglasses. The bright yellow top contrasted with the red and blue patchwork skirt that swirled around her grandmother's slim figure in voluminous folds. Crystal clips kept her white hair in an updo that accented her cheekbones. The soft blue reflection of the porch ceiling enhanced her grandmother's creamy skin and deepened the color of her eyes. She carried a Bolesławiec tray with 2 mugs. Carly eyed the traditional Polish peacock design of the mugs and straightened. Graham set the tray down on a table beside the Adirondack chair near the swing and leaned over to drop a cube of sugar into each mug of tea. She stirred the tea with a prized Sheffield spoon before handing one of the mugs to Carly. "Here you go, sweet."